What's up, everybody? MegaBuzzBuzz here, buzzing at you with another episode of The Buzz. Today we're coming at you with a personal favorite of mine, Combee. Combee is kind of a late addition to my favorites list. As some of you may know, I was the stand-in bug gym leader for the MagFest Pokemon League this last year at one point. And we decided to get together, me and some of the guys that I have help me with my team. We got together and we decided, hey, Combee would be a really funny thing to have here, and to help me explain the Combee was the man who kind of put it all together, my good friend Ian Lutz, VGC.
Yo.
Yo, he says yo, guys. But we got we got three Combee builds here to talk to you about. We got a specially defensive, we got a physically defensive, and we got a focus sash thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now Focus Sash is probably the most reliable out of the three, but like this whole thing is meant for fun anyways. It's not like the most hardcore competitive Pokemon. It's just kind of the novelty of seeing probably one of the weakest Pokemon
just
in the game being able to either withstand hits or B, actually be able to do some useful things for your team. Most of the time you will see it do a lot of useful stuff for your team, and that will be in the form of Tailwind, which is on all of these sets, because that is your go-to goal when you use this this build for Combee,
and
or these builds.
And these builds. Looking at the other moves for Combee, you'll see all of them consist of Tailwind, Bug Bite, Sweet Scent, and Endeavor. That's mainly because Combee has one of the smallest move pools. If you don't count its Gen 5 tutors, it has access to all of 7 moves, and these are the best.
Well, that's counting the Gen 5 tutors. It's
Gen 5 tutors is about like 13ish. Here's the we're going down to this whole page. Here's it. This is it, guys. You see the Sweet Scent, Gust, Bug Bite, Bug Buzz.
It's the Gen 4 tutors, not Gen 5.
Gen 4? Okay, well, Gen 4 tutors, then he gets the Air Cutter, Ominous Wind. So if you feel like bringing your Combee all the way from Gen 4, then you got your access to those 5. But these 7, that's it. That's that's all you got. And here we feel the only two really items that really two good items are, well, the Focus Sash and the obvious Eviolite. Without this Eviolite, Combee couldn't survive a pebble being thrown at him.
Mm-hmm.
It just wouldn't work. Now, with these specific, we're gonna mainly focus on these specific EVs because you see what goes on with his move pool. You got your first turn Tailwind. Hopefully you can survive one move with Focus Sash. You're guaranteed a survival. Then you could just slap people around with Endeavor with your doubled speed. Going into the more defensive stuff, the 236 in both HP and special defense here, this is the one I used for MagFest. I didn't get to use it a whole lot. It was mainly to poke fun at Mega Salamences. And,
before the VGC 2015 meta is the way it is now, there was a lot of speculation that Special Mega Salamence was going to be a pretty big thing with Aerialate Hyper Voice. So this Combee is built to survive in Aerialate Salamence's Hyper Voice with
not by much. I think like you did survive it. It was like 21 HP, and I did pull off that Endeavor the next turn, which was actually kind of funny. With pulling off that Endeavor, we're also going to go with the whole speed stat here. Now, Ian here did all these calculations. He's my go-to calculations man. This speed that I'm highlighting in blue repeatedly, as you'll see me highlight my entire screen sometimes because I'm a total highlighting scrub, outspeeds Mega Salamence, a Jolly Mega Salamence, by 1 point.
Mm-hmm. Max speed Mega Salamence by 1 point.
Max speed Mega Salamence, 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could poke at that Endeavor, and he'll go down to whatever HP value you're at. If you're this Focus Sash Combee, he'll go down to 1. If you're my Combee, he'll go down to 21, something over in that.
Yeah, you'll go down to like really low. Like it'll be like you can even survive with like 1% with against the timid, against the modest variant of a Special Mega Salamence, which you hardly see. you still have a pretty solid chance to survive, like over 50% chance, but it can potentially KO you. That's just, I mean, because you're working with like what, base 30 HP and then base 40 defenses. Like that isn't a lot to work
base
with.
Base 30, base 42 is what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like you said, it's this Pokemon is not meant to be, oh man, Combee new meta. No, this is just kind of like fun stuff, and just the look on people's faces when they see a Combee come at them, and they're just like, well, what's that thing gonna do? And then they get endeavored, and then they kind of cry. But going on to the ability here, Combee only has the Honey Gatherer and the Hustle. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why aren't we going to use Hustle? And, well, Hustle would force us to use a Sweet Scent. With the Focus Sash Combee, you can't really do that. And
yeah, like the main reason is you don't want to like set up that Tailwind, survive with like just very little HP, and then try to go for an Endeavor, and then miss an Endeavor because of the 20% accuracy reduction. Like you don't want to have that.
Yeah.
Because for those of you who don't know, Endeavor does actually count as a physical attack move. It is not a status move, so it doesn't have like perfect accuracy at all.
Yeah, I mean, sitting here, you guys see it here. It actually has an accuracy rating. It doesn't involve the evasion stuff. And we initially did have Hustle on it, but we didn't want to take that risk. Pokemon is all about risk and reward, but that's too much of a risk for not enough reward. Moving on to the physical one, we just kind of recently did calculations on this one. We didn't really use it. I didn't feel that Combee would have that many physical threats, and if I did bring it in, I wouldn't bring it in on anything physical. But Ian here has found some very interesting calculations on what you could probably survive.
Yeah, the main thing you could survive that's like the really kind of highlighting thing is a Rock Slide from a base 130 Pokemon with a neutral nature, max investment, as long as it's not holding a Life Orb. That Life Orb will boost the damage just enough to where Combee will go down to that Rock Slide or to that attack. So if you are going to use the physical variant, I do recommend using Intimidate. The advantage of the special variant is that a lot of these special moves don't have as high of a base power, so it's a lot easier to survive those things. But if you're dealing with the physical variant, you do need to support it with some kind of Intimidate if you want to have those nice survivals. Otherwise, you're just not going to be taking as many hits. Although you can take an Ice Punch from a Jolly 252 Kangaskhan, which is pretty funny when you consider that this is a Combee and that is a parental bond Ice Punch.
Yeah. Again, just the look on that Combee's face,
yeah.
Or just look on the Kang's face, and Combee's just gonna be like, "My mama raised me better."
even actually, we have a battle video that one of our friends, One Bar, did, where even the specially defensive variant was able to take an Ice Punch from Hariyama, which is kind of impressive.
Kind of funny. I gotta find a way to get to
that. I don't know the. Yeah,
I'll post the link in the description to that one, because I don't want you guys being like, ooh, hey look, MegaBuzzBuzz's Facebook, let's go stalk his ass. No, I'll post that link in the description, so you can look forward to that one. That one is actually kind of funny to watch. But yeah, I mean, this is Combee. This is this little cute little shit that has the Honey Gather that gets all the honey for the Vespiquen, and the Vespiquen, it's protectively abusive mother thing that uses all the Combees to mend its body and sends Combees to attack for it and sends Combees to build a wall to boost its defenses. So the protectively abusive mother. And then here's the little kid showing that it can actually do something, and that's more than Kangaskhan could say. The only reason that little kid gets out of the pouch is when it Mega Evolves. But this nature's. When it comes to the Focus Sash one, definitely, I mean, just go with Jolly. You're not investing in bulk. You don't need to worry about it. You're Focus Sashed. You're going to get hit. You're going to go down to 1.
And the reason we're going with Jolly here is just because we like the idea of having Bug Bite as your only move, because, I mean, you could, in theory, make a special one with Bug Buzz, because Bug Buzz does have the higher base power. The only issue with using Bug Buzz is that despite, I mean, you're not going to do that much damage anyways, the way we look at it. So for us, it's better to have that additional effect of being able to steal berries, especially if you somehow manage to survive. Like, especially because with, I believe with the specially defensive variant, you can take a Rotom's Thunderbolt a lot of the time, and just the funny idea of being able to Bug Bite to steal that citrus berry back is just something that's kind of funny, at least to me. And actually, seems like it would be something you would use as opposed to Bug Buzz, which is not going to do damage no matter how invested you have it.
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna kind of fact check him on that, see what's going on with the Rotom, but just should that be the case, Rotom, which Rotom? Any Rotom? Any Rotom?
I think like the deal here with Rotom is if you're going up against like a modest specs Rotom, like you're not gonna live. But if you're going up, or like even maybe a Rotom Heat, you probably won't live. But if you're going up against some of the more defensive variants that you see in VGC usually, like a lot of people do run Bold Nature or Calm on Rotom, and a lot of them tend to be a little bit more bulk invested because, bulky water is a big thing in this meta. So in that sense, Combee does have a pretty decent chance to survive that Thunderbolt. Let me actually check that. I should have a Combee.
I'm looking at it right now, or I'm trying to at least. Here we see you see a very slim chance to survive a Volt Switch, which would actually, in theory, make it to where you couldn't really survive a T-Bolt. But then again, this is from a modest choice specs Rotom Heat. If we go with like any other Rotom, a lot of people like to invest in into their defenses. If we just go with like a base defensive one with no special defense investment, let's take that off of 100 because that's not fair stats. You're taking it's a chance, a little under 50% chance to 2-hit KO if they have no special attack investment. Now with this one, it does see Timid Nature. We're going to see the Modest Nature bring that 50% up to a 97 to 2-hit KO, and I mean that's again with no special attack investment. Thunderbolt's going to do just a little bit more because it is base 90. It is a guaranteed 2-hit KO, but you're still living it. It's still going to give you time to set up your Tailwind, eat its berry. It's kind of funny. But like I said, this is how much like investment does it actually have to in order to take it out?
Yeah, like a neutral nature 252 Rotom's Thunderbolt is not going to KO you if
actually,
it's
a modest nature.
A modest nature has a decent chance to kill you.
No, I mean we're looking at the stats right now that I kind of just brought them up while you were talking. But the modest 252 special attack Rotom Thunderbolt against a 236 plus special defense EVO like Combee only goes up to 97%. You're living as long as they don't have a Life Orb or a Choice Specs, which not a whole lot of Rotoms actually have, and that gives you that turn to Bug Bite that berry off. And
are you running with max investment on that special attack?
Yep, 252.
Alright, the damage calculator I'm looking at says you have a chance to get KO'd, but it's not a guaranteed chance. Yeah.
Oh. Alright, well we're on 2 different damage calculators. Maybe if I'm actually wanting to, I'll do actual math for it. Probably not. But but it's, you either have a chance to live or it's a guaranteed live. But even chance, you still get that chance to Bug Bite. It's kind of funny. Just wrapping up here, we see this Combee. Like I said, Combee doesn't have a whole lot to do. You got your 7 moves, 12 if you want to bring over from Gen 4. But here's some specific builds that you could try. Test them out with your friends. By all means, do not bring this to Battle Spot though. You'll get laughed at. This Combee is not meant to be a really competitive poke. I myself did not really bring this into a bunch of my MagFest gym battles because I didn't see it working. I did see it working, but I didn't have the proper setups to go against it. I didn't have a lot of the Salamence we saw there were very physical. Were extremely physical, and I was just
physical Salamence is more of what the meta is right now. Because people found out pretty quickly that it's just
It's just all double-edged play. It's just it's a flying Mega Kang that gets 1 less hit. So, but it's a strong hit. But I mean, that's Combee, guys. That pretty much wraps it up for the Bee's Knees episode. I want to thank my special guest, Ian Lutz VGC, good friend of mine, helpful commentator. We've actually collabed on another video for the Team Aqua versus Team Magma one. I'll post that link in the description as well, so you can hear more of our voices and more of our bickering and more of more of us interrupting each other. And
what do you mean by that?
Just like that. But I mean, thanks for watching, guys. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. I'll post a link to Ian's YouTube channel so you can go check out his stuff. Go make fun of him for losing a shiny Ho-Oh. And have a nice day, guys.